On the 26th of February, we now have a late replacement from the Islam Makhachev versus Beneil Dariush fight. Really annoyingly, Beneil has fallen out, injured, and in steps Bobby Green. What do you make of this, guys?
But before we get into it, guys, this video is sponsored by Full Reptile Collective, brought to you by Dan Hardy. Head over to their website at fullreptile.co.uk where you can find anything from training gear, t-shirts, hoodies, all the way to coffee. For an exclusive 10% off, use Dan Said So at checkout. Make sure to also check out their YouTube channel for some of the best MMA content out there, bar my own. Let's get back to the video.
Alright guys, let's start with Islam quickly because we'll just recap. It's not going to be a crazy long video because we've already done the Dariush versus Islam one, so we've already broken down Islam for this fight. But we're just going to talk about Bobby Green a little bit here. But I just want to make it clear that Islam Makhachev, it's a catchweight fight for a start, so it's at 160 pounds. So he's cutting 5 less pounds, which makes it very scary, in my opinion, for Bobby Green. Islam Makhachev has only ever lost once in the UFC, I think overall, and that was against Martins back in like 2015. So, you know, he can be beaten, and it was by a punch. And what does Bobby Green do better than anything? It's punching. So Bobby Green comes into every fight with a let's die attitude. You know, he just goes absolutely nuts, vocally, mentally, but his precision and his striking remains technical. He has his hands super low, and you saw that in every single fight, whether it's the Guida fight, whether it's the Venata fight, the Alan Patrick fight, the Thiago Moises fight, you know, the Fiziev fight, which was very close. Coming that third round, you know, Bobby Green was pulling it back, and none better show his precision and the way his hands really confuse opponents than his last fight against Nasrat Haqparast, because it was only a week ago, and the way his hands are so low, people are thinking, why doesn't he have them up as a guard? And the reason for that, guys, is simple. You don't know where his shots are coming from. There's no telegraphing them. It's almost someone who doesn't feint. There's no twitch with the hip or a low kick, you know. There's no setting up. There's no tell. And when he just fires them off, you can't tell. And, you know, Nasrat had such a high guard in that. And these little gaps in the middle, with 4-ounce gloves, there's always gaps. It's not like boxing or 12 or Muay Thai or whatever, or kickboxing, where depending on the weight class, depending on the glove size, whatever, there's padding. You can protect yourself with the glove. Not really in MMA. There's gaps everywhere. It's essentially bare knuckle when it comes to, you know, blocking. You're blocking with your forearms a lot. You're trying to shoulder roll. You're trying to take as much impact as you can off other parts of your body. And Nasrat was kind of relying on his forearms a lot in that, which worked for him in the past. It really has, which is why he's done it. He marched forward as a true warrior in this fight. It just wasn't enough because Bobby Green's precision to find that spot was elite. It was so crisp, so perfect. Pieced him up. I think he broke a record with the most significant strikes he's ever done in a fight anyway. Really showed Nasrat, look, I'm better than you. And that kind of put a little perspective of Nasrat in my head going, maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. I did pick Green in the fight, but that was really impressive. So he's now fighting Islam as a late replacement for Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush is a grappler. He can strike. He's got some knockouts. He's got some explosivity, you know, with spinning back fists and stuff. But first and foremost, he's a grappler. You know, he's a world champion in jiu-jitsu, and that was going to make a really interesting matchup for the Islam fight because Islam's Sambo world champion and snatches arms for fun. You know, Islam he just dominates you without really taking any damage. The way he just manhandled a jiu-jitsu veteran like Thiago Moises as well. Dariush is the next level of Moises in jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. So, I mean, my opinion, but it's on the table, it's facts. I don't think he would have had an easier time doing that to Dariush. I really thought Dariush would have posed a lot of problems on the ground and maybe possibly reversed him and ended up on top at some point, and we could have seen Islam fighting off his back. You don't really see these Dagestanis doing that an awful lot, so it could have made a really interesting fight. You've got to kind of scrap that to one side. I'm hoping that fight will happen down the line, so it's not all irrelevant anymore. Maybe we can pull it back later down the line, but against Bobby Green, it's a striker via grappler now. Islam can strike. I would argue the striking is clearly with Bobby Green. Bobby Green is faster. He's got really long limbs for the weight class. He's 35, so he's maybe feeling like I've got to push the pace now to make my statement. He loves fighting. He's also very good. His ranking I don't even think he is ranked. He might be ranked like top 15 at the moment, but which kind of shows they just saved the day. That's all this is. It's a just save the day card. Has Bobby Green been taken down? Yeah, sure, but it's hard to do it. It's hard to do it, and there's a reason he doesn't get taken down a lot. It's because his takedown defense is very underrated. He's got good hips, good scrambles, gets back to his feet, and then discourages you as well with that striking. Will he discourage Islam? Hell no. Unless, I think the way Islam goes for a takedown is different to how most MMA fighters go for a takedown. He goes the same way as Khabib. He doesn't just run at you and go for a slam, kind of like Derek Brunson did against Cannonier, guys, which was a little bit sloppy. You know, Derek Brunson doesn't have the striking to go with the wrestling. If he did, he'd be champ, and he really would. If he had some really decent striking, his wrestling is phenomenal. So Islam's wrestling and is just, he's going, as soon as he gets close to Bobby Green and wraps those hands, Bobby Green might get up once, he might get up twice. This is a 5-round main event. He is going to get put on his ass repeatedly, or just get pressured and not get up. I kind of feel like this is going to go a similar way to the Dan Hooker fight in my head. I don't see Bobby Green getting his offense going. I don't see Bobby Green competing with someone like Islam. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I see trouble for Islam, because I love Islam Makhachev, but I want to see him in trouble a little bit, because I want to see him overcome some adversity. I think Bobby Green won't pose any problem against Islam, annoyingly. I think Bobby Green's rhythm to where he's located in rankings is kind of that. I reckon he could crack a top 8. I don't think he could go further than that, just based on his skill set. I could be wrong, but that's what I think, guys. What do you guys reckon is going to happen between Islam and Bobby? Do you think Bobby can do the craziest upset? I think the odds for this fight are going to be absolutely ludicrous if you bet on Bobby Green. You're going to earn a lot of money if he does win, but I just don't see how he can. I don't think he can. I think he could. Oh yeah, no, that's a lie. I can see him cracking Islam. I can. Islam goes through a step in, makes a lazy shot or something, but that's the thing. Islam isn't lazy. He doesn't make these silly mistakes. He's perfect in every way he fights. He's absolutely perfect since 2015, that is. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think is going to happen. Nice quick video for this one, guys. If you haven't seen the full breakdown of Islam, by the way, if you think I've gone a little bit skippy here, go check out the Dariush one. Obviously, you can ignore the Dariush stuff for now. Implement Bobby Green into that. If you did enjoy this video, guys, make sure you like, share around, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.